Okay guys, let's have a conversation regarding the System 6. Right, I've had this bike for, I think it's about 2 months now. I must have accumulated in excess of maybe 500 miles since I've had this bike. Now, a few things about the bike, little pointers if you are considering purchasing such a bike. To be honest, most things about the bike I do like. I swapped out the Tyres Webinas. Those tyres was not good. I had 3 punctures in 4 rides, and then somebody actually told me that these tyres were race tyres meant to use on more or less smooth road. So I swapped them out for the courses. Fantastic. Yes, they weigh a little bit more, but they are absolutely phenomenal tyres. And I've used latex inner tube, which is a little bit lighter, so it improves in the rolling radius. The seat, for me, I'm not 100% sure whether I will keep the seat. I have made some adjustments. I have dipped the seat a little bit so it sits down a little bit more on the front, because there was some soft tissue issues with the seat. But apart from that, I really do like it. I managed to, on a downhill, I would say 10% descent, I managed to get 47.5 miles, and that is me pedaling down the hill in an aero position. I mean, this bike is truly phenomenal. I will say, if you're riding on the road, there are some non-negotiables for me that I would recommend someone gets, and this Garmin Radar is phenomenal. I mean, especially when you're riding by yourself or you're in a group and you might be at the back, it tells you when the cars are coming. I mean, it's literally a godsend. It's an extremely good safety feature, which I would highly recommend if you're riding on the road, especially if you go out by yourself, that you get one of them, because sometimes you can't see or hear the cars and the pace that the cars come at you, and this gives you a little beep indication that a car is approaching, and also tells you the speed on your Garmin that it's going at as well. I also got this light, which I call my daytime running light. It's, do you know, I'm not too sure at the moment, because a lot of people seem to find it very difficult to obtain this actual light. I'll find out what the name is and I'll put it in the description. I changed the up front mount. Originally the Cannondale one, it's seated here. I didn't like it, it looks funny. I like things to look a little bit seamless, a little bit flush. So I moved or relocated the position with a raceway one, which is rather good. It's a 3D printed raceway one, it's neat. And when you look at the bike from a distance, everything just looks really neatly together. I also got the Garmin pedals. I think if you're riding and you're riding to improve your fitness, your power, your consistency, 100% recommend that you get a power meter. You don't have to get the Garmin. The Garmin works fine. I know there were some pre-issues with the Garmin pedals, I think, at the initial stages, but that's been rectified. Even when you purchase directly from Garmin, they give you the fatter, longer battery, where before you were getting 2 small, slim ones, which kind of I think it disconnected and you had connection issues with the actual Garmin, but they no longer do that no more. I've had no connection issues. I mean, it works sublime. I would highly recommend it. I mean, since I've been using this, my average power is 362. So, you know, you can actually ride and do 20 minutes and say I want to maintain a certain power, and you can actually see that in there. The only thing I don't know how to do, which I'm learning, trying to look out how you connect it, is the pedal smoothness. That is something that I don't know. Anybody who considering purchasing this bike, I will say 100% I would recommend it. It's absolutely a fantastic bike. The comfort is very good on the bike. It's just a fantastic, all round it's just a fantastic bike. Can't really find any current faults on the bike at the moment. I haven't had to change I had a bike fit, to be honest. It was the most expensive 150 I've ever spent, even though that's a reasonable price, but the gentleman just told me I needed to increase the seat height by, I think it was 2 centimeters, so that was the most expensive, and he didn't necessarily reduce the price, but hey ho, it is what it is. But the bike, if you buy your size, this is a 56, if you do buy the bike and you follow the height recommendations of the bike, they set up the bike for me. I bought it from Sigma Sport, and they literally set up the bike, and I didn't really need to do nothing. I think it's just sometimes you go through a thought process, meaning that you buy a bike and you really want to get it fitted because you're thinking that maybe the bike's not set up right. But as I said, if you follow your measurements, tends to be pretty much perfect. So yeah, final thoughts, really like the bike, enjoying it. 2 months in, it's phenomenal. I mean, there were some people that I used to go on group rides with, and it was very difficult for me to keep up with them or overtake them. I mean, yesterday I went out, I was doing a 10% descent. There was a guy, he must have been about 30 yards in front of me, and he already got his top speed. I caught him, passed him, and then gapped him, and I increased my speed by about 6 mph from him, and I just went into the wind. It was just an absolute weapon. This bike is phenomenal, and I would highly recommend it.